For Tuesday, October 31st, I'm Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com, and of course we are brought to you by the Rhythm software. You can claim your 14-day free trial right now with Rhythm when you open up an account. And of course, 14-day free trial, you can create your custom sports betting models there, bet smarter with Rhythm, and create those custom models. College football, college basketball, NBA, make smarter bets, NFL as well, and also saves a lot of time. Now, I know it's not for everybody. Now, if you don't buy picks and you handicap yourself, then you need this tool because it will save you a lot of money, and you pretty much do the thinking. You formulate your models, you pretty much set your factors, and you allow Rhythm to do the rest. You do the rest of the grunt work, like scraping lines, grading, tracking performance, checking out your ROI, all that great work that you try to do by yourself that's time consuming. Well, Rhythm takes care of it for you. There's no longer an excuse not to model now with this software that is just released. You can download it for free over at the Apple, Google, or Android store. And of course, you get that 14-day free trial. When you upgrade to the custom membership, it's about $3.33 a day. To me, it's a no-brainer. It's worth it because I'm saving 30 minutes to 2 hours a day for my handicapping. So it's very, very valuable. So check it out, Rhythm. All right, let's get going here. We got 4 picks for you on this card. Now, what we do on our predictive modeling show is we don't duplicate the picks that we gave overnight. So we're going to look for alternate picks here. If we give it a total, maybe we'll give it a side or maybe a money line. On the money lines, we're really looking for the dogs. We're not interested in money line favorites, although, I've been using my model. People always ask me for a long time, how do you do so many videos? How do you handicap so many games? Well, you do it because you model. When you model, you save a lot of time in handicapping each individual game because you already have a working number. So I create my own numbers and I look for the variances. And that's pretty much how I do it. All right, let's get going here with the show. Starting here with pick 1. We're looking at the San Antonio and Phoenix game. We can now verify that Beal is out, Booker and Lee out. Spurs will have a clean injury report. Now, on our video, we gave out the Suns. Now, on predictive modeling, we find an edge here on the under 226. My number came out 207.6, about a 62% edge. Now, what we recommend over at Rhythm is that you play the games that are with an edge between 5 and 25%. When you get over market like this, you got to really sit back and take a look at this one. Of course, it's a huge market difference between my number and the market. We know we're dealing with injury situations here with Beal, Booker, and Lee again. We show under basically based on the San Antonio performance, right? Where they were only able to score 83 points against a veteran Lakers team, and we may see the situation here because Phoenix, they've been playing defense very well this season. They're holding teams to 40% shooting. They're giving up 25% from 3. It is a smaller sample size for the season. That's probably why we have this huge difference in the market and my number. But here on predictive modeling, I show a big edge here on the under, the total of 226 between the Spurs and the Suns. All right, let's continue on here on predictive modeling here for Tuesday. We go to game number 2. We're going to college football. We'll have a couple for you from this game. Northern Illinois and Central Michigan going head-to-head here. The pick from this game here is under 46.5. We did give the underdog in our video. In this one, we're going under. In this one, my number comes out at 44.6. So we see about a 7% edge in this game. Central Michigan have won both home games in the MAC behind really good defensive play. So this is one of the key factors here is how well the Chippewas have been playing defensively at home. In conference, they're just allowing 308 yards per game. And of course, with Rocky Lombardi there at Northern Illinois, they do have an inefficient passing attack, and there's been struggle with quarterback accuracy. So we're going under the total here in this one between Northern Illinois and Central Michigan here on predictive modeling. All right. Also, too, we came in with a money line in this game. We found value on the money line here with Central Michigan plus 195. This is a line, a consensus line. You can find 206 and more. So do your line chopping, get the best number. This money line is consensus. Again, just pretty much as we said before, Central Michigan has won both their home game in conference, and again, they're playing fantastic defense. And again, the passing game is not accurate. And with this Northern Illinois team, 101st in the nation in total offenses, NIU, averaging 343 yards a game. So we'll go here with the Central Michigan Chippewas money line. An edge, about 8.1% edge based on a win probability of 36.6% based on my modeling in this game. So that's how I see it. Edge here, Central Michigan on the money line. All right, let's continue on here on predictive modeling for Tuesday, Halloween. And of course, this limited card, we're going to have 4 for you today. We're going to move over to the Buffalo game, Buffalo and Toledo here on predictive modeling. We're going under 50 in this game. Now, of course, in the video I did overnight, we gave you the Buffalo plus the points. I think it was plus 16. We've seen a huge line movement here. Buffalo's been playing a lot better of late. One thing to note here on this under here, my number comes in at 46.5. So we do see a 14% edge. So that's a play on there with the under. You know, the Bulls have won 3 of 4 in conference. But the key here is how the Bulls are playing defense. They're allowing just 269 yards a game in MAC conference play, 13.3 points per game. We like this. We like this number here. The defense for Buffalo. This will go under the total here of 50 here on predictive modeling. All right. Getting some interest. Getting some TV, boxing, and sports predictions. Are you doing the MLB game? Not on predictive modeling. Rhythm will have baseball next season, so we're only using the model here for baseball. I'm sorry, for college basketball, NBA, NFL, college football, WNBA, and more. We'll get player props in soon. But actually, I gave out the baseball. I went with the under 9 in that game between Texas and Arizona, under 9.5. I know the market's at 9 now. I've seen some 9.5s at some of the places, but that's what I put on my video. There is the under and the total. I didn't put a side. Matter of fact, the side is pretty much pick 'em right now, and that's how I'll roll with that. So all right, so we see the value there here with Buffalo Toledo under 50 here on predictive modeling on this game. All right. Let's continue on here on the show. Well, we got you our picks, right? So we got you 4. It's a limited card. I didn't see enough edge on the other games in the NBA, Knicks in Cleveland, Orlando, and the Clippers. There wasn't enough. Remember, I'm looking for that 5 to 25% edge in my modeling, and I didn't get there on the money lines. Let's see, on the Knicks game, I gave a side. So the total, I didn't get to that 5 or 25% threshold. And I didn't make it on the Clippers and the Magic for the ATS, or if I took a dog. There wasn't a dog there that put me on that side. So there wasn't the value edge there. So that's how it rolls here. That's how we roll here on Tony'sPicks.com on our predictive modeling show. Is we're looking for the edges. Again, with the software, you want to make sure that you find that 5 to 25% edge. That's a play on. Like in a situation where your number is way off the market, like I was with that total, just take a step back, look at it, maybe put a half a unit on there. Don't go too crazy with it, and that's how we do. Just right. Thanks to Boxing and Sports Previews. Make sure you guys smash that like button, give us that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And I want to make note here, of course, our Rhythm software. Visit the site. You can build your own models over at Rhythm, and you can analyze every game as it says there on the site, and you basically make smarter bets because you're basically putting in your factors, right? You build your own custom models to your factors, right? So you can analyze every game based on your model. Now, our minds don't always work right every day, right? Well, basically, once you program your factors into the model is going to basically give you the prediction of the game and tell you where the edges are. And that's pretty much what I've been doing here for years. If you've seen me on video, I probably post the most of any handicapper. I probably do the most videos of any individual handicapper anywhere on YouTube, anywhere, because I've been using models my life. Now the key here with Rhythm is they take away a lot of the grunt work, so I don't have to go in there and scrape lines or have to go in there and put in stats or have to track my performances or run my spreadsheets. It even works on the phone. And very simply, I can find the variances, and it can basically show me the edges very simply. And if it's below 5 to 25% edge, well, that's a stay off on that one. If it's over, then again, you need to examine a little bit more. If you're over market by 30, 40%, then you should just step back a little bit, take a look at it a little deeper, maybe do some deep dives, or maybe even look at your model, tweak it a little bit more, because very rare should you want to be in that parameter where you're 30, 40% above market. I understand why I was there with that total pick, because it's very early in the season and we don't have as much data. But that's the key here with rhythm, is it gives you a really helpful to. If you're doing your own handicapping, you want to have this tool. I know a lot of you guys like to watch games and stuff, but let me tell you something. When you go and handicap the games, if your mind's not working right and you know what your important factors are, sometimes you really just can't. You just don't have it that day. And I forgot. I should have looked at this. I should have looked at that. And that's what you want to do. Now you want to build your models. Now this is the little factors that Rhythm has built in. You don't have to use this. I don't use these because I do custom, but if you just want to use something simple, you have these little core functions that you can tweak. But again, that is the basic. I would recommend doing custom, basically putting you in control, and that's what I like the best. Now, if you want to try it, and I've done some models where I've basically used my own numbers, my own factors, and mixed in some of Rhythms. You can do that as well. But it just shows you different options, right? If you don't want to go in there and put in your factors, you just want to use their factors, you can do that, and then you can kind of weigh it. And this is pretty much how it works too. So when I put in my 5 factors, I can assign a weight to it. And that's how it works, just like that. So if let's say, let's just say, for instance, in NBA, I like offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency, 3-point shooting. There are some defensive numbers that I use as well, pace of play. If those were my factors, then I would go in there. I could even weigh them evenly and basically run and see how the model performs. Or I can go in there and tweak it left to right and just tweak it to where it performs. And it does show you ATS percentage, how it does ATS, how the money line win rate, as well as the total win rate. Not only does it show the win rate, it shows you your winning percentage as well as your return on investment. So right now my model in the NBA with Moneyline is showing a 20% return on investment, even though I'm only winning 47% of the time. And those are based on recommended bets. Remember, those are the bets that on your model hits between 5 and 25%. Those are the ones you recommend. Those are the ones you play. Okay, so again, I mentioned before, I got plays I didn't give out some of these picks that were at 1%, 2%, 3%. They were not that, again, they're not strong. Again, I gave you one that was over that 25% threshold because, they recommend not to play it, but maybe take a second look or look deeper into the situation. When I factored there is that it's just the early data that swung that total way out of whack. Now that 83 that the Spurs put up on the Lakers, that may have whacked out the number a little bit, and I think that's what happened there. Why? But I still like the total because I just think Phoenix is defending really good right now. That's why I like that total going under. So keep an eye there when you're weighing your models and you're kind of clicking for the results of them, and you're going through the games each day. And these are the leagues that are offered right now: NFL, college football, WNBA, NBA, college basketball. More coming up. Soccer, player props, and we can look for base. And NHL is coming up as well. And then we can look for baseball by next spring. And of course, you can every year they tweak the models a little bit, so you can go and start building your models in college basketball soon. You can build your models now for NBA, NFL, and college football. College basketball is just days away. You'll be able to start building your models for college basketball. Remember, college basketball begins on Monday, and of course more come. Looking forward to the player props. I'll start doing some NHL picks for you guys, and looking forward to all of that. But again, benefits of Rhythm, as we said, simplified sports analytics. It's very simply there for you to see. Expertise, you can personalize your analytics models, make it to your core factors, not anybody else's, yours. There is an option to use a built-in Rhythm core, but that's an option. You don't have to use it. You could use your own. I use my own core because you guys have seen me for years how I handicap and how you handicap. You should go in there and produce your own custom, especially people watching who are subscribed to my channel. You folks are pretty much sophisticated. We tailor to that. We're not guessers or hunch players or that kind of nonsense. We put thought and knowledge into our handicapping instead of comedy. So that's kind of how we do it. But so now there should be no excuses, guys. You guys should now be creating your own models. Okay, the process of doing this grunt work is over now. So go ahead and sign up for Rhythm, get your free 14-day trial, and start building your models. And it will save you about 30 minutes to 2 hours a day in handicapping, like it does for me. I've been doing modeling work for the amount of volume I've done, in the amount of volume that I put out. You guys have seen how much volume of picks I do. How do I do it? Well, I do it because I model my games. It's pretty simple. And I use my factors, but I'm saving time now because I don't have to do all that grunt work. So, okay, you guys have any questions as we move forward? I'll answer them for you, but let's go ahead. Let's get the recap in. We took here, had some trail mix. So let me just get some swig of water here. There we go. All right, we started off here with the Suns and Spurs under 226. And in that game, as I said, it was a huge there was a huge edge in that game, 61%, because my number came at 207.6. So again, proceed with cautions there, because we're basically early data. That 83 that the Spurs put up on the Lakers are pretty much factoring my numbers here. And also too, the Suns, by the way, are the top, are playing very good defense to start the season. All right, pick 2. We know we gave you the aside in this one on our video overnight, but here on predictive modeling, value here on Northern Illinois and Central Michigan to go under the total here of, let's see, let me pull up the number here. This one is under the total here of 46.5. My number came out 44.6, so we see about a 7% edge in that game. And then with pick 3, we came in with Central Michigan here at plus 195 based on the defensive play here. On predictive modeling, we show a 36.6% win probability with Central Michigan to win the game, so we have an 8% edge there, so that's why we're on that money line. So again, these are all numbers. Once you create your model, the software basically does the math for you and analyzes where your edges are, and you play your edges, and that's how it works. All right, let's go to pick 4. I know we gave the dog in this game overnight, but on predictive modeling, we like Buffalo and Toledo to go under a total of 50. My number in this game came out at 46.5, so I have a 14% edge. Remember, you want to play the edges when they're 5 to 25%. Those are play on. If below 5, you don't want to touch them. If they're above 25, you want to look closer into those games. So that's basically how it is. Or look at your model, or look deeper into the game. Again, we are early in the season, so you're going to see some of those swings because there's not as much data out there. But we're moving forward here with the data, so we're happy here. Of course, based on the unders, with the Bulls defense and MAC play, as we said, allowing 269 yards, 13 points a game. There's your edge there with the under in tonight's game. All right, we got you those 4 picks here on predictive modeling. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow, live here at, we want to get this show started at 3 p.m. Eastern time, somewhere between 3 and 4 Eastern time. We're still creating a lot of scenes for you on the show, but we wanted to get it rolling here. But you guys understand the basis of it here, so we'll get more into the modeling as we move forward into the show. I know you guys can start setting up your own models. I'll take questions for you guys if you have any questions on how to create your sports buy models. But now again, if you handicap by yourself, I understand if you buy picks, this isn't for you. I get it. You know, that's some folks that don't buy picks handicap on their own. I want to give you a tool to use. That's not going to, they don't pick games for you. You still have to do the mental work. You still have to create your form factors, your models. You create the models, but rhythm just takes over all the grunt work, okay? Like having to grade the picks, having to load the lines, scraping lines, or subscribing to a line service so you could have live lines or multiple lines. Find up a consensus report. Also, too, in the model, if you own U.S. sports books, it will tell you who has the best number. So just those little features there really make it useful there. And of course, for those of you that sports model, good luck trying to do it on a phone, right? But Rhythm allows you to use it on a phone. So this is just best. My world has gotten much better here with Rhythm software. So I highly recommend it, guys. So go ahead and download, get that 14-day trial when you download the product. And of course, when you pay for the custom premium, it's like $3.33 a day. It's not expensive. And of course, again, it's your model, right? That's what I'm trying to put out there. We have a sophisticated YouTube audience out there. You guys want control. I understand there's stats sites, there's prediction sites, there's tool sites out there, but they're just downloading you their data. You have no idea what factors they used in it. They don't give you you don't see the recipe, right? Well, it's your mind creating the models. That's what I want. And that's what our audience wants. They want the control to create their own. All right, that's going to do it for our show, guys. Remember to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site with top capping performers. Click the links to the hot cappers. Get signed up to our long-term passes. We're ready to roll here on a Tuesday with NBA, college football, NHL up there, props as well. You can see our top performers this year like Ramon, Joseph, Chauncey, one of our newest cappers doing well. Keep an eye on that. Hollywood Sam, great work. Marlon doing great work. Check out his videos. Ben, Ron Crawford, one of our newest cappers. You'll be seeing some videos on the show. We did say that he will be guesting on Ramon's show on the weekend, so we'll get Ron up there. Nick Vartini, running Platinum Cappers, doing great work. So guys, check it out there. Don't forget our promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of on predictive modeling. I'm Tony T. We'll be back tomorrow with another show, and we'll talk to you guys then.